serve. Go protect. Go air guard. Now high to your right. John, bring it in at Air Show Center at nearly 260 miles an hour. Right off the deck now, driving skyward. John gets set up for his first maneuver. A series of 2 maneuvers in 1. High to your left, point rolls on the way up. John driving skyward as he runs out of forward airspeed and energy. He'll upright the aircraft, pushing it over into the inverted position. Now, spiraling down in the inverted flat spin, the first phase of this maneuver. As John rapidly loses altitude, he will push the nose over. Coming to an upright flat spin. Now, with the power off, John pushes the power forward. As the nose comes down, John gets the wings flying again in the Air National Guard's MXS. John Klatt, a member of the Air National Guard for nearly 23 years, getting his start flying C-130s. Then later transitioning to the F-16. An air show right, a vertical tumble. John catches it in the inverted position. There he'll fly it off and trade off some of that altitude for some airspeed and energy. During John's full performance here this afternoon, John will be experiencing up to 10 positive Gs and 6 negative Gs. Watch closely at the top of the maneuver. John rolls wings level. He gives a giant outside negative G push. Now all the way around, that's nearly 7 times. Trying to throw John outside of the cockpit. And the MXS, upright back into the inverted position. He'll continue that push all the way around towards air show left. Now rolling his way back towards Air Show Center, the MXS with an amazing roll rate of nearly 440 degrees per second. Knife edge now demonstrating that roll rate. The MXS originally made popular by the Red Bull Air Race series. That aircraft originally produced in 2002 in North Carolina. It's a 100% composite-built aircraft weighing in at 1,400 pounds. From air show right, John's going to set up to demonstrate some precision flying skills in the 8-point hesitation roll. Nose up ever so slightly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rolls on the way out, 440 degrees per second. Now right back up into the vertical. Demonstrating the horsepower of this IO 540 skidding and sliding the aircraft. That engine producing over 320 horse at the last possible second. It hits left rudder, right forward stick in the hammerhead turnaround. Taking a look in the knife edge. Now right back up. Over the top, forcing the aircraft through a series of high-speed stall snap rolls on top of the loop once, twice, 3 times around, known in the aerobatic world as the triple avalanche. Exiting stage right, John rolling inverted, and there comes a big, giant outside negative G push, nearly 7 times. The force of gravity trying to throw John outside of the cockpit as he works his way back up to the north. John's going to climb up to an altitude of nearly 3,500 feet. You may ask, why does he do this? Really, a number of reasons. One is simply let John tighten up his belts, catch his breath. He's going to double check all the engine instruments to make sure everything's in the green. Before working up to an altitude of about 3,000 feet. We're going to go live in the cockpit. John Klatt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim Diamond. Good afternoon, McChord. And Joint Air Show. I love it. Army and Air Force working together. Tim, it doesn't get any better than this, does it?
Absolutely not. A beautiful Saturday afternoon.
It's a great day. It's beautiful. I tell you what, the Air Guard MX is wound up tight today, Tim Diamond. I'm high to your right. I get my seatbelt strapped down. We're going to go for a ride. Hey, Tim, Shall we do the shake and bake?
It's time, brother. Shake and bake.
Alright, we're going to dive down. We're going to get the shake, and the bake part's going to be a nice and sit down. Tell you what, being a member of the Air National Guard made my dreams come true. Got the best in the business. Our guy, Larry Strand. Tell you what, George, all the men and women in uniform, finalizing and telling me all of them. God bless America, Jim Johnson. Here we go, shake and bake. Here comes the shake part.
All right, we got you high and to our right. You'll see John trade off that altitude for the speed and the roll rate of that airplane at nearly 300 miles an hour. Right by Air Show Center now. Quick pull up into the vertical. 9 times the force of gravity pushing him back into the seat. You see all that airspeed and energy. That aircraft has a vertical penetration of nearly 7,000 feet. John working up in the range of about 5,500 now. He'll bleed off some of that airspeed and energy as he kicks it over on top, sending it spiraling down into the outside vertical knife edge spin. Up over the top, watch closely. John spirals skyward. He'll straighten it out, tuck his head, and the front somersault. The tail over the nose. Now he'll trade off that tail for the nose, point the nose straight back down as he picks out a spot on the ground before pulling back hard on the stick. That is a lot of G's, ladies and gentlemen. All afternoon, we invite you to stop on by our mobile recruiting unit to learn more about the Air National Guard. It's a great way for young guys and gals looking at getting a head start with your education with up to 100% college tuition reimbursement. National Center, watch closely. John skidding, sliding, rolling. He'll dump it off, hanging it up on the prop. Now a hard pull into the Cobra, up over the top to the micro loop, flattening it out, demonstrating that power as he drives out of the loop. Before turning back towards the show center. Heather or Steve, Trey, they can tell you all the great benefits of the Air Guard, located right behind Air Show Center. It's a big blue and orange inflatable. You cannot miss it if you're over the age of 16. Take a ride on our free gyro ball. John slowly rolls his way back. Now watch closely. He'll nose up ever so slightly. A little cross control input as he pushes up over the top. Now that tail comes around end over end. Tumbling nose for tail, tail for nose. John Klatt getting an early start in aviation at the age of 16, earning his private pilot's license at the local FBO in Lakeville, Minnesota, where John resides today. His wife Debbie, his daughter Lee, and son Danny. After high school, John attended the University of Minnesota in Duluth. Where he was in the sophomore year, John was introduced to the Air Guard. Upon initial pilot completion training program, John was assigned to C-130s, flying missions all across the world. Then later in 1996, John transitioned to the F-16. John has accumulated nearly 2,000 hours in the F-16 and most recently returned home in 2009 from his 3rd deployment over the skies of Iraq. Now at Air Show Center, John's going to demonstrate the Cobra hover in the Air Guard MXS. A hard pull, he'll slow it down now, letting the engine do all that work. He'll point the nose into the relative wind and hang it on the prop there. Let's see how long he can hang it, folks. John Klatt in the Air Guard MXS. John is a veteran of the skies, flying for nearly 27 years, accumulating over 20,000 hours of flight time, ranging from everything to general aviation, military transport, civilian transport, and the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Up over the top, John, having a little bit of fun tumbling before turning it around, bringing it back towards Air Show Center.
Wow.
If you'd like to learn more about John, please visit us on our website at John Klatt Air Shows, or like us on our Facebook page. Now on a slow roll, John, bringing it by. Give him a big wave, ladies and gentlemen. Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt in the Air Guard's MXS. On behalf of John Klatt Air Shows, we want to say thank you all for coming out here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Lots more action coming up. So long.
Thank you, Tim Jarvis. Alan,